Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to a special episode of Motor Madness here on the B-Main Bandits YouTube channel as we are living on Tulsa time here at the Tulsa Expo Raceway inside the SageNet Center for the B-Main Bandits Tulsa Shootout. Featuring all four classes of micro sprints, averaging over 20 cars in each class. The cars and the stars of the B-Main Bandits Racing League, the Hoosier Open Wheel Series, the National Auto Racing Club, Jones BS Racing League, and more coming at you. With a lot of racing to cover, let's get right into our heat race action. Right into heat race number 1 for your Winged Outlaw division. Ryan Paget and Jason Conover on the front row. Ethan Irons and Noah Bowman on row number 2. Joey Smith, Alex Rzinski on row number 3. Row number 4 is going to be Trevor Royer and Jake Hess. 10 laps the distance for the Winged Outlaw heat races. Race like here, we are underway here in Tulsa. Ryan Paget working around the low side of the speedway. Got Conover right on against tail, looking underneath him. Ryan Paget's going to lead lap number 1. A little further back, Rzinski working around the high side of the speedway. Gets around Ethan Irons for P3. Top 3 cars transfer directly into tonight's A-Main event. Irons battling with Rzinski side by side for third and final transfer. When the contact further back in the pack, will be keeping pointed the right direction to stay green. Conover giving Paget a little bit of breathing room here. Next time by will be the cross flags. 5 down, 5 laps to go. Conover right back to the tail tank. Paget defending that low line with everything he's got. Battle for third still raging on with Joey Smith now throwing his hat in the ring. Slips the grip a little bit on the high side. Allows Rzinski and Irons to slip away. Still got a great high and low battle going here for the final transfer. Oh, Conover and Paget are together, and so is Rzinski. That allows Ethan Irons to inherit the lead. We come down to 2 laps to go. Plenty of breathing room over Joey Smith and P2. Rzinski recovers to P3. Conover in 4th. Noah Bowman around 5th place. Down the back straightaway through 3 out of 4. Checkered flag gonna fly. Ethan Irons is gonna win heat race number 1 here for the Winged Outlaw division. As the checkered flag flies, Ethan Irons is going to win heat race number 1. Joey Smith in P2, Alex Rzinski P3, Conover in 4th, and Noah Bowman's going to round out your top 5. Winged Outlaw heat race number 2 rolling out onto the racetrack. Jackson McLean going to sit on the pole. Kenny Hoffman is outside. Edmund Jones and James Turnbull in row number 2. Turnbull and Matthew Croker in row number 2. Edmund Jones and Byron Gay in row 3, and Bryce Holstein going to round out your field. 7 cars going for 10 more laps here around the Tulsa Expo Raceway here in Winged Outlaw Heat Race 2. Kenny Hoffman, big run around the high side of the racetrack, battling for the lead here into turn number 3 out of 4. James Turnbull on the fence, gathers it back up. McLean around the low side. Hoffman trying to haul the mail on the high side to clear McLean. Still side by side as we start working lap number 3. McLean sticking to his guns on the low side. Hoffman changes up the line a little bit, tries to run through the middle of 3 and 4, right back to the high side in turns 1 and 2 for the lead. Right now, Matthew Crowe holding on to the third and final transfer. Edmund Jones. Working around the low side. Hoffman. Big trouble up the top of turn 3, clears the racetrack. We stay green. So now that moves Edmund Jones into the third and final transfer. Jackson McLean still leading, now having to fend off Matthew Crowe, running the same line 4 more times around. Crowe up on the berm, trying to fight find the grip. Trying to find something to catch McLean. Jones riding around in third, searching. Trying to find the line that works best for him. There at the bottom, we'll see the popsicle sticks this time. 2 more times around for Jackson McLean. Top 3 cars pretty solidly in place as James Turnbull, the 4th place car, is all the way back. Just now coming on through number 4 as the leader's on the back straightaway. Coming down to take the checkered. And Jackson McLean is going to win heat race number 2 for your Winged Outlaw division. Once again, Jackson McLean going to bring home heat race number 2. Matthew Croak in second, Edmund Jones the third and final transfer, James Turnbull in fourth, and Kenny Hoffman rounds out your top 5. Third and final heat race out on track for the Winged Outlaw division. Riley Gray and Connor Dudek on the front row. Jay Schaff and Austin Thornton in row number 2. Andrew Thornton and Wade Fields in row number 3. And B-Men's Keith Bradley's in the house of the 7X. Going to round out your field for your third and final heat race. Gray, Connor Dudek pace the field down into 3. Gray fires pretty early, gets a good jump on the rest of the field. Up to the high side, Connor Dudek following suit. Austin Thornton with the short slider line, trying to gain some ground on third. Second place runner. Now under fire from Jay Schaff on the low side. Thornton riding in that third and final transfer spot. Laps. Now down to the low side, looking underneath Dudek for P2, does not want to be on the bubble. Riley Gray off to a comfortable lead as the battle rages on for the third and final transfer. Dudek slips the grip a little bit. Austin Thornton will contact with older brother Andrew for the transfer. Big head of steam up on the high side, looking to get around Austin Thornton for third and final transfer. Slider from field, Schaff in the wall, gathers it back up. We're going to stay green. Gray still leads just past the halfway point. Jumps the berm. Connor Dudek's now your leader. Gray jumps the berm again, loses the final transfer, loses a couple more than that. Now Austin Thornton into P2 and Wade Fields in the third and final transfer. Fields trying to get something cooking up on the high side as popsicle sticks are out 2 more times around. Austin Thornton comfortably in P2. Wade Fields, a little bit of a slider line. First car outside looking in is Keith Bradley. Checkered flag is out. Connor Dudek is going to win the third and final heat race for your Winged Outlaw division. Austin Thornton in P2 and Wade Fields grabs the third and final transfer. Third and final heat race rundown shakes out just like this. Connor Dudek, Austin Thornton, Wade Fields are your transfer cars. Rylan Gray and Keith Bradley round out your top 5. And after those quick 3, that is going to do it for the Winged Outlaw heat races. Next up will be your stock non-wing heat races. Alright folks, welcome back to the B-Main Bandits Tulsa Shootout. Stock non-wing heat races coming at you. Jackson McLean on the pole here in this one. Noah Bowman outside row number 1. Ryan Padgett and Jason Conover at row number 2. Byron Gay and Joey Smith round out your 6-car field. Was originally scheduled to be a 7-car heat race. The 70 of Richie Gaines not answering the call. Field gets stacked up 2 by 2, going for 8 laps here around the Expo Raceway. Green flags out and we are underway. Jackson McLean right to the slider line. Noah Bowman following suit. Ryan Padgett trying to keep it rolling around the bottom. A little bit of contact between Paget and Conover for the third and final transfer spot. Conover with a little bit of momentum on the high side. Thought about crossing him over, just follows him in with the slider line. Jackson McLean starting to stretch out his lead. Noah Bowman continues to hold on to second as the slider line is the dominant line here so far. Ryan Paget working a little bit higher up on the speedway, trying to find his way around Noah Bowman. As Bowman slips the grip a little bit, allows Paget to reel him in. Now Paget trying to stick it down low, just not enough drive off. Meanwhile, we're already past halfway here. Jackson McLean now has 3 laps to go. Jason Conover not out of this fight yet. The popsicle sticks are in the air 2 more times around. This is the battle for the third and final transfer spot directly into tonight's A-Main. White flag is out 1 more time around. Jackson McLean with a comfortable lead right around a second. As the checkered flag flies and the Wonder Boy is going to win heat race number 1 here in the stock non-wing division. And heat race number 1 shakes out just like this. Jackson McLean is your winner. Noah Bowman in P2. Ryan Paget with the third and final transfer spot. Jason Conover, Byron Gay, Joey Smith round out your 6-car field. Heat race number 2 now on track for your stock non-wing division. Andrew Thornton and Jay Schaff going to lead them to the green. James Turnbull and Ethan Huey in row number 2. Edmund Jones and Ryan Covey round out your 6-car field. 6 more cars, 8 more laps around the Tulsa Expo Raceway. Top 3 directly into tonight's A-Main event. Off turn number 4, Thornton fires and we are underway. Jay Schaff slips the grip on the top side, really holds the field up, but keeps it rolling. We're going to stay green. Now Schaff on the attack, trying to get back around Ryan Colby. Andrew Thornton out to a comfortable lead here early. James Turnbull nearly a second behind. Edmund Jones and Ethan Huey currently battling for the third and final transfer spot. Edmund working around the high side of the speedway, more like the middle. Huey trying to get it to stick on the bottom, just can't carry the momentum as Edmund Jones gets into the wall on the top side. He's going to switch lanes with Huey. Side by side down the back straightaway from the third position. Just past halfway home here in this one. Now Edmund down low, Huey up top. Huey all the way to the cushion. Edmund with a good drive through the slick. 2 laps to go for Andrew Thornton as the battle is on for P3. Edmund still fighting on the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, the white flag has flown for Andrew Thornton down the back straightaway. Through 3 out of 4 for the final time. Andrew Thornton's going to win. James Turnbull in second. And Ethan Huey's going to grab the third and final transfer. Andrew Thornton's going to win heat race number 2. James Turnbull in P2. Ethan Huey grabs the third and final transfer. Edmund Jones, Jay Schaff, and Ryan Covey round out the field. And here we go with your third and final heat race for the stock non-wing division. Rylan Gray and Austin Thornton on row number 1. Wade Fields and Jonathan Packett in row number 2. And Jack Burke and Jake Hess round out the 6-car field. Final 6 cars, final 8 laps for the stock non-wing heat race action. Gray's going to trot the field into 3, fires out of 4, we're underway. Jack Burke really jumps the cushion, or the berm, excuse me. About takes out Jonathan Packett, but everybody stays going the right direction. We're going to stay green. Austin Thornton working a high side, trying to catch Rylan Gray. Gray's got that slider line working, going to make it tough to catch him. Thornton with a bit of a misstep. Wade Fields turns underneath him. Does Fields have the run? He does not. Jack Burke's got that thing singing up on the high side, just waiting for another couple of mistakes, and he'll be in the transfer spot. Wade Fields through the middle of the racetrack, able to hold off Burke for the time being, not really gaining any ground on Austin Thornton though. Burke once again right to the cushion. Hard to do with these stock motor cars. Don't usually have the power to keep the momentum up on the high side. Rylan Gray running the slider line. He's going to see the popsicle sticks 2 more times around here. Heat race number 3. Field pretty well single filed out. Austin Thornton runs in P2. Wade Fields in 3rd. Jack Burke still sticking to the high side, trying to make something happen. Jonathan Packett in 5th. But for the final time, down the back straightaway, Rylan Gray's going to sail it high, wide, and handsome, coming to the checkered flag here in heat race number 3. And Gray picks perfect time to have a misstep, a little bit of contact with Austin Thornton. However, as the checkered flag flies in your 3rd and final heat race for the stock non-wing division, Rylan Gray is going to be your winner. Austin Thornton in P2, Wade Fields to the final transfer. Jack Burke, Jonathan Packett, and Jake Hess round out the 6-car field. And that will conclude our stock non-wing heat races. Next up will be the winged A-Class heats, coming at you right after this short break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the B-Main Bandits Tulsa Shootout. Coming at you with winged A-Class heat races. Heat race number 1 is going to see Andrew Thornton and Noah Bowman on row number 1. Edmund Jones and James Turnbull on row number 2. Jackson McLean and Byron Gay in row 3. And Jake Hess, all by his lonesome, tagging the tail of the field. Thornton and Bowman going to trot the field to the green off of turn number 4. Thornton's on the throttle. We're underway. Up around the high side of the speedway on the slider line. Thornton and Bowman running the slider line. Edmund Jones has the 3rd and final transfer for the moment, but Byron Gay is coming to try to take it on the high side. Noah Bowman jumps the berm, trying to chase down Andrew Thornton. He's going to drop back to 4th. That's going to give Byron Gay the final transfer. Andrew Thornton smooth sailing out front here in heat race number 1. Edmund Jones and Byron Gay still duking it out for P2. Jones with a good run on corner exit. Trying to hold it down a little bit lower. Byron Gay running the slider line. Further back, Noah Bowman trying to let it set sail and let it rip on the fence. A little bit of contact the outside wall slows him up. This time by Andrew Thornton is going to see the white flag one more time around here in heat race number 1. Into 3 out of 4 for the final time. Keeps it low on corner exit. And Andrew Thornton is going to win heat race number 1 here in the winged A-Class. Heat race number 1 over quick and painlessly. Andrew Thornton's going to be the winner. Eddie Jones in P2. Byron Gay grabs the 3rd and final transfer spot. Noah Bowman and Jake Hess round out the top 5. Jackson McLean and James Turnbull round out your 7-car field. Heat race number 2 for your winged A-Class out on the speedway. Austin Thornton and Rylan Gray going to lead the field down. Reed Whitney and Matthew Rogers in row number 2. Jack Burke and Jason Conover in row number 3. And Jonathan Packett tags the tail in the 7th position. 7 more cars going for 8 laps here around the Expo Raceway. Thornton and Gray lead the field down, and we're underway here with heat race number 2. Thornton jumps the berm. Gray looks to the inside. No dice. Matthew Rogers carries momentum on the high side into the 3rd position. For the time being, Jason Conover really hauling the mail through turns 3 and 4. Back up top in 1 and 2. Trying to see if he can do anything to get into the 3rd and final transfer. Rylan Gray, Matthew Rogers comfortably. P2 and 3. Austin Thornton with a comfortable lead out front, nearly half a second. Conover gets around Reed Whitney. Excuse me. As they see the halfway point, 4 down, 4 laps to go. Most of the field single filing out. Jack Burke trying to rip the fence as well. These stock motor cars just have a really tough time keeping the momentum up on the high side. Austin Thornton's going to see the popsicle sticks 2 more times around. Smooth and steady on that slider line. Advantage over Rylan Gray, nearly a second as he takes the white flag. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Austin Thornton is going to win heat race number 2 here for the winged A-Class. Well, score 2 for the Thornton boys and the B-Main Bandits. Austin Thornton's going to win heat race number 2. Rylan Gray in P2. Matt Rogers grabs the 3rd and final transfer spot. Jason Conover and Reed Whitney round out your top 5. And Jack Burke and Jonathan Packett round out the field. 3rd and final heat race for your winged A-Class out on track. Ryan Paget and Jay Schaff going to lead the field down in row number 1. Ethan Ewing and Wade Fields in row number 2. Joey Smith and Ryan Colby look like they're going to round out the field. 6 more cars, 8 more laps to round out your winged A-Class heat races. Coming at you right now from the Expo Raceway. Paget fires a big jump on Schaff. Out to a dominant lead right from the get-go. Jay Schaff on the slider line. Wade Fields trying to haul the mail on a high side. Side by side with Ethan Ewing for the 3rd and final transfer. Door to door. Fields had it that time by. Nosing ahead of Ethan Ewing. Around a complete lap number 3. Now he's cleared him. Now he's setting his sights on Jay Schaff. Fields in a transfer, looking for more. Good run down the back straightaway. This time by 3 laps to go. Can Fields get around Jay Schaff? Gets a good run off turn number 2. Looks like the high side just going away through turns 3 and 4. Now Schaff tries to run the same line as the white flag is out for Ryan Paget. Paget trying a high side of the speedway as well. Runs a bit of a slider line through 3 and 4. And reckon Ryan Paget is going to win heat race number 3 for your winged A-Class. And your final heat race in the winged A-Class shakes out just like this. Ryan Paget is your winner. Jay Schaff in P2, Wade Fields in the 3rd and final transfer. Ethan Ewing, Joey Smith, and Ryan Colby round out the short 6-car field. And that will quickly conclude the winged A-Class heat races. Next up will be your outlaw non-wing heat races right after a quick track refresh. Sit down, strap in, and hold on tight as we take you on a 3-wide virtual thrill ride. to the Tulsa Shootout, presented by the B-Main Bandits. Heat race number 1 for your Outlaw non-wing division out on the track. Noah Bowman and Connor Dudek on the front row. Joey Smith, Landon Crawley in row 2. Trevor Royer and Keith Bradley, row number 3. Dominic Gordon and Jake Hess in row number 4. 8 cars going 10 laps. Top 3 to the A-Main. Bowman off to a good start. Runs the slider line through turns 1 and 2. Connor Dudek and Landon Crawley trying to give chase. Joey Smith around in the back, gathers it back up and keeps it going the right direction. Landon Crawley trying to set sail on the high side. Looks underneath Connor Dudek for second as they start working lap number 3. Or 4, excuse me. Trevor Royer, first car outside looking in, got a little bit of ground to make up if he wants to make it into the transfer spot. Noah Bowman running smooth and steady 3/4 the way up the racetrack. Dudek sails a little wide on the high side. Landon Crawley goes for the slide job, and he's got it. Not quite clear of him, but able to pull ahead. 4 more times around. Does Crawley have enough time to catch Bowman as he starts to pull away from Dudek? Crawley into the wall on the front straightaway, slows up a bunch. Dudek thought about the slider, leaves him a lane on the high side. Crawley slams the door on Dudek, pops 6 in the air 2 more times around. As the field comes around, takes the white flag. Noah Bowman, 0.8 of a second advantage over Landon Crawley. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off turn number 4. The kid out of Springfield, Illinois, the Bowmanator. Got a yard sale the car right after winning the heat race. Heat race number 1 shakes out this way with Noah Bowman taking the win. Landon Crawley at P2. Connor Dudek rounds out the podium with your final transfer spot. Trevor Royer and Keith Bradley round up the top 5. Dominic Gordon, Jake Hess, and Joey Smith round out your 8-car field. Heat race number 2 for your Outlaw non-wing cars coming at you. Kenny Hoffman and Ethan Huey on the front row. Jax McLean, James Turnbull on row number 2. Ryan Covey and Andrew Thornton on row number 3. Eddie Jones and Michael Covey round out your 8-car field. 8 more cars, going to go 10 more laps. 3 more cars advancing into tonight's A-Main event. Off turn number 4, we're on the loud pedal. Ethan Huey and Jackson McLean immediately in a dog fight for P2. Trying to follow James Turnbull and Ethan Huey up on the high side, trying to get around Jackson McLean. Turnbull throws the slider on Huey. Thornton stays right on the tail tank. Now Thornton makes it 3 wide, going through turns number 1 and 2. Thornton McLean side by side in turn number 3. Now Andrew Thornton looking underneath James Turnbull for the 3rd and final transfer spot. Turnbull, meanwhile, trying to get a run on Huey. Stay off the bubble. Coming around this time, Kenny Hoffman in the mystery machine is going to see the halfway point. There's a whole fucking lap waiting on that. As this time by, Kenny Hoffman in the mystery machine is going to see the halfway point, 5 down, 5 to go. James Turnbull throws the slider on Ethan Huey. He's got P2 for the moment. Huey slips the grip, Thornton able to reel him in a bunch. 4 laps laps to go. Yui fires the slider on Turnbull and gets it. Thornton's right there. Does he think of a slider of his own? No, kind of drives it through the middle and hope for another mistake. Turnbull into the wall, checks up down the front straightaway. Race is on for the third and final transfer. Around this time by 2 more times around. Thornton throws the slider. He's got Turnbull this time. A little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Slider line, a white flag is out 1 more time around. Thornton up to the high side. Turnbull with a good run down the back straightaway. Thornton misses the corner entry. Turnbull pushes him way up to the wall, loops the car. Thornton's going to finish towards the tail. Kenny Hoffman going to win heat race number 2 for the non-wing Outlaws. Kenny Hoffman going to get the win here in heat race number 2. Ethan Yui and James Turnbull, your other 2 transfers out of heat race number 2. Michael Covey and Ryan Covey finished 4th and 5th. Eddie Jones, Andrew Thornton, and Jackson McLean all going to be in the B-Main. Here we go with our third and final heat race for your Outlaw non-wing division. Ryan Paget, Austin Thornton on row number 1, Riley Gray and Wade Fields in row 2, Matthew Croak and Evan Dawson in row number 3. Michael Dawson tags the tail as the 7th car. 10 more laps, 3 more cars to lock in tonight's A-Main, and we're underway. Riley Gray wasting no time, gets a good start, slides past Austin Thornton for P2 on the opening corner. Now Ryan Paget trying to defend the lead. Running that slider line, Riley Gray backs it up against the fence. Austin Thornton currently running in 3rd position. Evan Dawson catching up quick. Keep the rubber band wound tight on the high side. Paget running the slider line. Able to make some headway. Taking the short way on corner entry. Now Austin Thornton closes in on Riley Gray. Cross flags this time. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. The race on track is for P2. The rest of the field pretty well single filed out. Gray got a really good run to get away from Thornton that time. Back up to the high side, trying to catch Ryan Paget. Back to the slider line. Once again gains a lot of ground, but Paget carrying a lot more momentum on corner exit. Popsicle sticks are in the air 2 more times around. Paget jumps the berm there, allows Gray to get right to him. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Will we have a pass for the lead? Paget defends on the low side. Riley Gray up to the high side. Too little, too late. Ryan Paget's going to win your 3rd and final heat race here in Outlaw Non-Wing. And your 3rd and final heat race in Outlaw Non-Wing looks like this. Ryan Paget's going to be your winner. Riley Gray in P2. Austin Thornton, the 3rd and final transfer. Evan and Michael Dawson finish 4th and 5th. Matthew Croak and Wade Fields round out the field. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude heat race action. After a little bit of track work, next on track will be the Winged Outlaw C-Main. Next up is going to be your Winged Outlaw C-Main event. Scheduled to have 9 cars, only 6 answering the call. Top 3 go to the B-Main. starting on the pole, going to be Bryce Hallstein. In the 84, Jay Shaft is outside. Ryan Paget, Byron Gay in row number 2. Andrew Thornton and Jake Hess round out your 6-car field. 6 cars going to go for 12 laps. Top 3 to the B. Green flag here. We're underway here in Tulsa. Hallstein right to the low side. Ryan Paget following suit on here in turns 3 and 4, looking underneath him for the lead. Bryce trying to get that top side rolling. So far, Paget able to fend him off running through the middle. Race on track is for the lead. Currently, Andrew Thornton sitting in the 3rd and final transfer into tonight's B-Main. Paget now starting to stretch out his lead a little bit out front here with 9 laps to go. Hallstein trying to run that low line. He's got company. Andrew Thornton down on the low side of the speedway, side by side for P2. Racing further back in the pack. Byron Gay and Jay Shaft duking it out. On the outside, looking in. Jake Hess already in the infield. He's called it night. Hallstein still trying to sail it up high with Thornton down low. Now Thornton gets by. Clears him for P2. Still rolling down low. Slides in the middle for 3 and 4. He's got it. 5 to go. Ryan Paget has it on cruise control out front. Thornton rolling down low. Hallstein holding on to that 3rd and final transfer on the high side. Jay Shaft and Byron Gay racing for it. Still on the outside looking in. Trying to catch Bryce Hallstein. Got 2 more times around. Ryan Paget making his way around turns 3 and 4. And the white flag is out. 1 more time around for Paget. And Jay Shaft jumps the berm. Gets in trouble there. 3rd and final transfer. Going to go to Bryce Hallstein. As you see, the C feature rundown look just like this. Ryan Paget, Andrew Thornton, and Bryce Hallstein are your 3 transfer cars. Unfortunately, at least for the Winged Outlaw division, the night is done for Byron Gay, Jay Shaft, and Jake Hess. Outlaw non-wing B-Main on the speedway. 11 cars going to tonight's A-Main event. Out of your 14 starters, have 3 cars, and we'll call it a night at the end of these 12 laps. Trevor Royer, Michael Colvey on the front row. Keith Bradley and Evan Dawson on row number 2. Michael Dawson, Ryan Colvey in row 3. Edmund Jones, Dominic Gordon, excuse me, on row number 4. Matthew Crook, Jake Hess on row 5. Wade Fields, Andrew Thornton in row 6. And Jackson McLean and Joey Smith round out your 14-car field. Green flag here, we are underway. Once again, top 11 cars going to tonight's A-Main. Some guys really fighting for the chance to start closer to the front. Some guys just want to not be last. Wade Fields and Matthew Croak towards the back of the field. They are on the outside. Wade is the first car outside looking in. Or not. Guess we had a couple of people drop. Wade Fields now in 10th. Matthew Croak is now the bump in the 11th and final transfer. Joey Smith and Jake Hess are a bit behind. Definitely have some work to do if they want to catch up. Meanwhile, Evan Dawson is out front of this B-Main. Michael Colvey in 2nd. Keith Bradley runs in 3rd. Andrew Thornton up to 4th. 13th starting spot. Handful shown to Evan Dawson. 5 laps to go here in this B-Main. Trevor Royer throws a slide job on Michael Dawson. Dawson goes across him back over. Short slider in front of Royer. Royer turns it back down underneath him, throws the slider right back in turns 1 and 2, carrying the momentum this time. He's going to stay ahead of him. Runs the slider line of his own to defend. Pops it, sticks in the air for your leader. 2 more times around for Evan Dawson. The white flag is out. 1 more time around for Dawson. Setting sail on the high side. A couple extra laps to learn the racetrack before tonight's A-Main. Checkered flag flies. Evan Dawson is going to win the B-Main. The real question is, who is the final transfer? Looks like it's going to be Ryan Covey, finishing 11th. And this is your B-Main rundown. Evan Dawson is your winner. Michael Covey in 2nd. Keith Bradley in 3rd. Andrew Thornton 4th. Michael Dawson in 5th. Trevor Royer 6th. McLean 7th. Croak in 8th, Jones 9th, Wade Fields in 10th, and Ryan Covey is your final transfer. Unfortunately, in the Outlaw non-wing class, Joey Smith, Jake Hess, and Dominic Gordon done for the night. And with little time to waste, we're going to flip it right over to our Winged Outlaw B-Main event. Winged Outlaw B-Main coming at you. Jason Conover, James Turnbull on row number 1. Rylan Gray, Noah Bowen on row number 2. Keith Bradley, Ryan Padgett, row number 3. Row number 4 be Trevor Royer and Kenny Hoffman. Row number 5, Bryce Hodenstein and Andrew Thornton. Originally we're supposed to have 14 cars, had a couple of cars that had made it into the B-Main from the heats. Unable to answer the call, so all 10 cars here in this B-Main will transfer and are racing for starting positions in the A-Main event. Conover and Turnbull are going to lead us around. Green flags here. We're underway for 15 laps here at the Expo. Turnbull in trouble on the high side, going to go backwards in a hurry. Conover rolling around the low side. Rylan Gray, first car up top, making some headway now up to P2. Kenny Hoffman rolling around the low side. Down in the pit area is James Turnbull. Conover out to a commanding lead. A little over a second over Rylan Gray here with only 4 laps in. Kenny Hoffman rolling in 3rd. Keith Bradley with the huge slider line. Thought he was going to make contact with the rear bumper. Kenny Hoffman. Good battle going here further back in the pack. Keith Bradley and Noah Bowman railing the high side. Andrew Thornton and Ryan Padgett working the low side of the speedway. And the whole group catching Kenny Hoffman. Top line looks like it's starting to fade away as the low line's becoming the preferred line. Ryan Padgett and Andrew Thornton beginning to catch Kenny Hoffman as Hoffman starts to switch lines. Trevor Royer rolling around the burn on the inside of the speedway. Going to stay green. Check up on Jason Conover. Coming around this time, he'll see the handful. 5 laps to go with a 2-second lead over Rylan Gray at P2. Kenny Hoffman still holds on to the 3rd spot. Ryan Padgett running 4th. Andrew Thornton in 5th. Noah Bowman and Keith Bradley battling it out for the 6th and 7th positions. Grays out one more time around. Jason Conover, driver out of New Jersey, is going to see the checkered flag here in the Winged Outlaw B-Main. Again, folks, all 10 cars in the B-Main did transfer, just racing for starting positions in tonight's A-Main. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a feature time for your stock non-wing division, brought to you by the National Auto Racing Club, or NARC. Be sure to check out their league on Thursday nights. The Thursday Night Thunder starts January 16th with everybody's favorite, the Midgets, starting at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, followed by the non-wing 410s at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. And with that, let's take a look at the starting lineup for your stock non-wing A-Main. Jackson McLean out of Paris, Tennessee is going to be on the pole. Andrew Thornton to his outside to 31. Rylan Gray and Noah Bowman in row 2. James Turnbull and Austin Thornton in row number 3. Ryan Paget, Ethan Huey in row number 4. Row number 5 is going to have Wade Fields and Jason Conover. Row 6 be Eddie Jones Jr. and Jack Burke. Byron Gay and Jay Schaff in row number 7. Jonathan Packett and Joey Smith in row number 8. Ryan Covey and Jake Hess in row number 9. And rounding out the field all by his lonesome, making the call this time, will be the 70 of Richie Gaines. As the field gets set to go green for 30 laps here around the Tulsa Expo Raceway. Ended up not having a B-Main in the stock non-wing class tonight. Only 19 cars answering the call to the A out of a potential 20-car field. So everybody that's able to make it is on track for the next 30 laps, going for a chance at a bronze bandit. Jackson McLean, Andrew Thornton lead the field around down the front straightaway. We're a mile away here at the Expo. Playing right to that slider line. Andrew Thornton able to keep the momentum up on the high side, block the charge from Rylan Gray. Meanwhile, Rylan Gray's got the Hornet's Nest right behind him. James Turnbull and Noah Bowman battling for the 4th position. Austin Thornton's got a run there on the high side of the speedway, as does Ethan Huey. And the yellow flag out already here in this one. Just catching the tail of this one, Richie Gaines goes around all by himself, going in turn number 1. Slows up just enough to draw the yellow. Lights are out on the pace truck, coming back to the first restart of A-Main competition for the evening. Jackson McLean fires, Andrew Thornton follows. We're green and back underway. McLean, Thornton, Gray. All single file on that slider line. Noah Bowman currently running in the 4th position. First battle on track is for 5th between Austin Thornton and James Turnbull. Thornton on that slider line. Turnbull rolling around the high side. Ryan Paget runs in 6th. Ethan Huey and Wade Fields side by side for the 8th position. Huey's going to take the spot as the field starts this single file out here. Jason Conover, first car, making something happen down on the low side. A little bit of contact with Jack Burke, out of shape, gathers it back up. However, the yellow flag is out. Caution coming out from 50. Joey Smith gets loose up on the high side, comes down the racetrack, and gets into Jonathan Packett. Looks like both cars are okay to continue, though. Lined up single file, coming back to green. Top 3 is unchanged. McLean, Thornton, and Gray. McLean fires, we are back underway. 6. Rylan Gray looks underneath Andrew Thornton, has the spot momentarily, but Thornton gets a good run off the top side to stay in P2. Top 5 cars all single file. Ryan Paget, first one trying something different, gets a good run down the back straightaway on James Turnbull, decides to sail it high through turns 3 and 4. Austin Thornton looking underneath and Noah Bowman trying to take the 4th position. The drivers finding it really hard to pass here with these stock motor cars. Contact between Austin Thornton and Noah Bowman. Both guys able to stab the brakes and keep it going. Ryan Paget up to the high side. He's around James Turnbull. Paget trying to make his way into the top 5 around Austin Thornton. Back out front. Jackson McLean is still leading here. A little over a third of the way home in this one. Andrew Thornton running a P2. Gray in 3rd. Noah Bowman in 4th. And then right back to the battle for the 4th and 5th position. Austin able to get a good roll through the center. Able to look underneath the Bowman. Just can't carry the speed on corner exit. Slips the grip that time. Allows Ryan Paget to catch up. Paget sailing it on the high side of the racetrack. Let's take a ride with Ryan Paget around the Tulsa Expo Raceway. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. So far, the only car making it work on the high side. See Noah Bowman jump the berm, allows Thornton to really reel him in. As we just got the cross flags, we're halfway home here in this one. Jackson McLean continues to lead. Andrew Thornton staying within striking distance. Yellow flag is out. Caution coming out for this incident. 3 wide, got pinched. Conover gets into Hess, and Hess goes for a big ride. Excuse me, that's not Hess, that's Jack Burke. Nowhere for Burke to go. Gets clipped by Edmund Jones, Byron Gay, Jay Schaff. He gets hit by everybody. Goes all the way across the Expo Raceway upside down. Now here's the treat that you're really going to like or you're really going to hate if you've got a weak stomach. We have a left front suspension cam on the 17 of Jack Burke. Sky ground, sky ground, sky ground, sky ground, wall, dirt. Rough night for Jack Burke. Coming back to green, over halfway home here in this one. Top 3 remains McLean, Thornton, and Gray. Green flag here, we're back underway. 16 in the books, 14 to go. Rylan Gray, nothing doing to try to catch Andrew Thornton. Noah Bowman jumps the berm on the inside, holds up Austin Thornton. Here comes Ryan Paget, Ethan Huey making a high side work. Further back, we're 2 by 2. James Turnbull standing out in front of Eddie Jones, Byron Gay, and Jay Schaff. Top 5 or 6 are all single file on the slider line. Something that works to get around one another. Austin Thornton with trouble down the front straightaway. Gathers it back up, but now Ryan Paget is right there waiting for the next mistake. Thornton got tight on corner entry. Still able to hold off Ryan Paget as Rylan Gray is right to the rear bumper of Andrew Thornton for P2. Thornton getting a piece of the berm on corner entry as well. Noah Bowman waiting for a mistake from either Gray or Thornton. Meanwhile, the other Thornton now looking to the inside. He's got a little bit of a run. Nowhere to take it, unfortunately. As the yellow flag's going to fly once again. Caution coming out for the 55 of Jonathan Packett. Gets the right rear end of the fence. Right into the work area and straight up the ramp to call it a night, but it will draw the yellow flag. Once again, the lights are out on the pace truck. Jackson McLean still your leader. Andrew Thornton still in second. Rylan Gray in third. Green flags back in the air. We have 7 laps to go. Austin Thornton looking inside of Noah Bowman for P4, slips the grip. Now Ryan Padgett still trying to work the high side, trying to get some momentum. Austin Thornton jumps the berm, gets into Noah Bowman, and gets collected by Eddie Jones, and that will draw the yellow. Coming back to green, believe we're going to be at 5 laps to go when we cross the line. Green flag back in the air. Jackson McLean's going to see the green and the handful. 5 to go as we got 1 around. Looked like Noah Bowman. Here on the restart, Ryan Padgett with a huge head of steam commits to the high side, grabs the rear nerf bar of Noah Bowman. Eddie Jones and Joey Smith also collected. Coming back to green this time by, going to have 4 laps to go. Top 3 are unchanged. Jackson McLean right down low. Andrew Thornton slides up to the high side. Rylan Gray slips the grip, unable to do anything with it. Ryan Padgett, Ethan Huey still looking to the high side. 3 more times around as the yellow lights are on once again. Caution coming out from 17. Jack Burke jumps the berm. Gets into Jake Hess. A little bit of a connection issue as Hess backs it up to the wall after the contact, drawing the yellow flag. Coming around to a green, white, checkered finish here in the stock non-wing division. McLean, Thornton, Gray, Padgett, Huey, your top 5. Green flag back in the air. Great start for McLean. Andrew Thornton rolls it right back up to the high side. Keeping our eyes on Jackson McLean as he's going to see the white flag this time. 1 more time around. Andrew Thornton with a decent run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Going to try to hold it to the bottom, but no dice. The Wonder Boy, Jackson McLean, is going to bring home the win here in the stock non-wing division. And it is official. The Wonder Boy, Jackson McLean, is going to be your stock non-wing champion here at the shootout. Andrew Thornton in P2. Rylan Gray is going to round out the podium. Ryan Padgett, Ethan Huey round out the top 5. Byron Gay, Jay Sheff, James Turnbull, Richie Gaines, and Edmund Jones round out the top 10. Jason Conover, Ryan Covey, Joey Smith, Noah Bowman, and Austin Thornton round out the top 15. And Jake Hess, Jonathan Packett, and Jack Burke round out the 18-car field for stock non-wing here tonight. What an interesting first A-Main of the night. Next up will be the winged A-Class A-Main. It is A feature time for the winged A-Class here at the B-Main Bandits Shootout. A-Class A-Main is brought to you by Rip the Lip Motorsports. They are the new kids on the block. They plan on starting to race on Wednesday nights, starting on January 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be non-wing 410 sprint cars, and at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will see the winged 410 sprint cars in action. Be sure to check out Rip the Lip Motorsports on Discord and Facebook. And this is how they're going to line up for the A-Class feature, starting on the pole, or the front row for that matter. The Thornton boys, Andrew and Austin in row number 1. Breck and Ryan Padgett and Eddie Jones Jr. in row 2. Rylan Gray and Jay Sheff in row number 3. Byron Gay and Matthew Rogers in row number 4. Row number 5, you're going to find the Indy Race Parts Esports teammates, Wade Fields and Noah Bowman. Jason Conover to Ethan Huey in row number 6. Row number 7 is going to be Jake Hess and Reed Whitney. Joey Smith and Jackson McLean, 2 of the B-Main Bandits, start 15th and 16th. Jack Burke and Ryan Covey in row 9. And James Turnbull and Jonathan Packett round out your 20-car starting grid here for the Winged class. Once again, another class did not have to run any consolation races. 20 cars exactly able to make the call. 20 cars start the feature. All 20 are on track. The Thornton boys going to lead the field down with Ryan Padgett and Eddie Jones in row number 2. Coming through 3 and out of turn number 4. Green flag's in the air, and it's showtime for the A class. Andrew and Austin Thornton right to that slider line. Trying to jump out front and run it high before anybody else can catch it. Eddie Jones, Ryan Padgett side by side for P3 currently. Austin Thornton, good run through turns 3 and 4, right to the back bumper of Andrew Thornton. Andrew still has the lead for the time being over Austin, but Austin's looking down to the inside. A little further back in the pack, it is a hornet's nest. They are too wide through most of the field. Take a look at how this looks with Noah Bowman. Let's take a ride with Noah, see what he sees here with the helmet cam. Absolute hornet's nest. Nowhere to go forward, nowhere to go to the left. Definitely nowhere to go to the right. Three wide right behind him between Byron Gay, Jason Conover, Ethan Huey. Winged A class putting on a show here tonight. Back out front, Thornton boys still running away. Ryan Padgett, Eddie Jones over a second back to the Thornton boys. Riley Gray runs into 5th position ahead of this Hornets nest. Still side by side, 2 by 2. Nobody giving an inch. A little further back, Jackson McLean and Reed Whitney fighting it out for the 12th position. Jay Schaff and Jason Conover trying to make it happen on the bottom. So far, that top line is working for these stock wing cars. Now Ryan Padgett has broken away from Edmund Jones. Sets his sights on the Thornton boys. Andrew with a little bit of breathing room over Austin. They're coming around, starting to see the tail end of the field. Andrew Thornton over the berm, gets real loose, gets into Austin. Austin loops the car, and that draws the first yellow of the race. Coming back to green. Austin Thornton charged with the yellow, being the car coming to a stop. Andrew Thornton retains the lead. Ryan Padgett, Edmund Jones right behind him. Green flag's back in the air. We're underway with 16 laps to go. Edmund Jones, good run on the high side by side with Ryan Padgett for P2. Riley Gray trying to get it wound up on the high side and make something happen. Now Jones down to the slider line, looking to get under Padgett now. Padgett and Jones side by side, a little bit of contact there. Hard racing for the podium positions. Jones has it rotating around the bottom real well. Ryan Padgett sails it up on the top shelf. Jones reels him in, slider line, leaves a little bit of room as the yellow flag flies. Caution this time, Noah Bowman with the big slide job. Gets into Matthew Rogers. Sends Rogers and Huey around calamity here on the front straightaway. Pace truck dives off, getting ready to come back to green. Andrew Thornton still your leader. Ryan Paget, Edmund Jones on the podium. Thornton fires out of 4. We're back underway. 11 laps to go. Edmund Jones and Ryan Paget battling out for P2. Rylan Gray throwing his hat in the ring. Edmund with a great run. Had the slider cleared, checked up, left the lane open for Paget. Another Hornet's Nest forming up here at the front. Paget powers back by on the high side as Edmund throws the slider. Slide job again. And the yellow flag is going to come out as Paget goes around, takes Riley Gray with him. Let's take another look at this. Edmund Jones finally tries to clear the slider. Paget goes around, brings Riley Gray and Noah Bowman with him. Coming back to green once again. Andrew Thornton still your leader. Eddie Jones in P2. Jason Conover in third. Fires once again to the lead. Turn number 4. Eddie Jones looks to the inside for the lead. Thornton powers away on the high side. Looks underneath him once again, but Thornton slams the door and tries to check out. We have 6 laps to go here in the Winged A-Class feature. Jason Conover up to third. Byron Gay running in fourth. Jackson McLean catfishing around the bottom, currently fifth. Now takes fourth away from Byron Gay. Thornton just saw the handful this past lap. 5 laps to go, now 4. Jay Schaff and Wade Fields have got it rolling up on the high side. Byron Gay jumps the berm big time, 4 wide momentarily. Bunch of contact in the back. And I do believe that will draw a yellow flag. We'll go back and take a look at this. Saw Byron Gay jump the berm. Tries to gather it back up, almost completely split the difference. Joey Smith and Ethan Huey both get a piece of it. Ends up starting the parking lot on the back straightaway, which draws a yellow flag. Just a handful to go here. Be 3 laps to go when we go green this time. Thornton, Jones, and Conover on the podium. Back underway. Field single files down as a yellow flag out already. Trying to pick up where this incident started. Oh, Austin Thornton lost it on the high side. He gets a hold of Matthew Rogers and several others. Brings out the yellow on the restart. All set for a green, white checkered finish to settle the Winged A-Class here at the shootout. Thornton, Jones, Conover bring the field back down 2 more times around. Thornton runs the slider line, washes all the way out to the wall to carry the momentum. Jason Conover trying to stick a little bit lower, get underneath Edmund Jones. White flag is out 1 more time around. Down the back straightaway, Conover to the inside of Jones. Jones slams the door. But off corner number 4, checkered flag's gonna fly, and Andrew Thornton's gonna win your Winged A-Class A-Main event. Standings are official. The 31 of Andrew Thornton is your winner in the Winged A-Class. A feature rundown shakes out just like this. Andrew Thornton, Edmund Jones, and Jason Conover on the podium. Jackson McLean and James Turnbull round out the top 5. Jack Burke, Joey Smith, Rylan Gray, Reed Whitney, and Ryan Paget round out the top 10. Byron Gay, Noah Bowman, Matt Rogers, Ryan Covey, Jake Hess round out the top 15. Wade Fields, Jay Schaff, Austin Thornton, and Ethan Huey round out and Jonathan Packett now round out your 20-car field. Well, folks, we have 2 down and 2 to go. Next up will be the Winged Outlaw A-Main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime for the Winged Outlaws. 18 cars making the call to go for 50 laps under the big top here at the Expo Center. Tonight's Winged Outlaw A-Main is brought to you by the Hoosier Open Wheel Racing Series. Be sure to check them out on Sundays, 1 p.m. Eastern. And most Thursdays throughout the season, they run a combination of micro sprints, non-wing sprint cars, and midgets. Be sure to find them on Discord, or starting on the pole is going to be the 7 of Connor Dudek. To his outside is going to be Jackson McLean in the 81, Matthew Croak and Joey Smith in row 2, Alex Rzinski and Austin Thornton in row number 3, Wade Fields and Eddie Jones Jr. in row number 4. Moving to row number 5, the 06 of Rylan Gray and Jason Conover, Ryan Padgett, Kenny Hoffman, Noah Bowman, Andrew Thornton, Bryce Hollenstein, and Keith Bradley. You're going to round out your first 8 rows of cars. And on our 9th and final row is going to be the 19 of Trevor Royer and the 2J of James Turnbull. As the field stacks up behind the pace car, pace truck's going to dive off down the back straightaway. Connor Dudek and Jackson McLean are going to lead us into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, we're on the loud pedal, and it's showtime for the Winged Outlaws. Dudek right to the low side. Jackson McLean rolling around the high side of the speedway. Through the middle. Now side by side with Matthew Croak. Got a car stopped at the top side of the speedway. Yellow flag is out. First caution of the night comes from 21 of Jason Conover. Up and over the right rear of Edmund Jones. Car sets back down on all fours, maybe if he can make it to the work area and get back out on the track. As the field rolls down the back straightaway, now single file for the restart. Connor Dudek, Jackson McLean going to lead us around. Green flag's back in here, we're underway. Field single filing around the low side of the speedway, also waiting for our timing and scoring to catch back up and straighten itself out. But we got it now. Jackson McLean and Matthew Croak battling it out for the second position. A little further back in the pack. Wade Fields trying to make it through this 3-wide battle in front. Rzinski on the low side, Thornton in the middle, and Joey Smith up top. Wade Fields, Rylan Gray, Ryan Padgett, 3 almost 4 wide, still 3 wide out of turn number 2. Fields trying to march his way forward, currently scoring the 7th spot. Contact between Fields and Padgett, they straighten each other back out. A little bit of beating and banging and shuffling, green lights are still on. A little further ahead, Austin Thornton trying to get around Rylan Gray for 4th. Joey Smith right to the tail, taking contact between Rylan Gray and Austin Thornton. Wade Fields goes around, and that's going to draw a yellow flag. Lights are out on the pace truck, getting ready to come back to green. Connor Dudek still your leader. Jackson McLean in P2, Matthew Croak in 3rd. Turn number 4, green flag is out, we're back underway. Back to back, Rylan Gray, first car to the high side, big run on Matthew Croak for 3rd. Pushing the cushion, he's going to have P3 at the line this time. Matthew Croak in danger of losing another spot to Ryan Padgett. Padgett's got it rolling around the bottom like nobody's business. Gray goes up, bounces the car off the wall, still side by side with Matthew Croak for P3. Croak and Padgett on the bottom. Rylan Gray trying to make something work. Tries the middle this time. Padgett gets by Croak. Contact with Gray. Gray tries to slam the door on him. And the yellow flag is out. Got the field re-racked, restacked, single file. Dudek, McLean, Padgett, Croak, and Holstein, your top 5. start from Dudek right to the low side. Jackson McLean slips the grip right through the middle. Ryan Padgett is there for P2. McLean successfully slams the door on and keeps Padgett behind him for the time being. Matthew Croak has switched lines. He's up around the high side trying to battle with Bryce Hollenstein in the fourth position. And look here, Jason Conover, because of our first yellow just over 15 laps ago, is now into the top 5 and looking for more. Back out front, Jackson McLean and Ryan Padgett trying to see who can go lower and find the grip through the turns. As the yellow flag comes out once again, to go back and take a look, got one facing the wrong way. It looks like Noah Bolton. Caution coming out for the 24 of Noah Bowman. Edmund Jones tries to get right to the back bumper. Looks like a little bit of a net code issue. Didn't look like they made contact, but it sure registered it, and Bowman goes around. Coming back to green once again. Pace truck is off. Dudek, McLean, and Onstein, your top 3, excuse me. Onstein tries to get under McLean. Jason Conover up to 4th. Looking to make his way to the front. Looking at the inside of the 84. 84 goes top shelf. Conover rolls it around the bottom. Now side by side for P3. Get right to the back bumper of Jackson McLean. Edmund Jones in the 51. Late model stock car champion over in the JBSRL. Contact between Edmund and Hollenstein. Green lights are still on. Now the yellow is in. Caution does indeed come out for the Hollenstein and Edmund Jones incident. Hollenstein jumps the berm. Turnbull right on the back bumper of Thornton, nowhere to go, gets into the back of Hollenstein and ends up on his side on the berm, drawing our yellow flag. Pace truck dives off once again, coming to lap number 23, just shy of halfway here in the winged outlaw A-Main. Dudek continues to lead. Jackson McLean running at P2. Jason Conover trying something else. Edmund Jones, he's got the corner entry down, getting through the rest of the corners. Getting to be the hard part as Andrew Thornton slips by for P4. Now Thornton started way back in the pack in the 15th position, and now he's up to 4th. Jason Conover carrying a ton of speed, trying to find his way around Jackson McLean. He's to the inside, side by side, a little bit of right side romance. Don't fear that a bunch in open wheel racing. But Conover muscles his way into P2, hangs Jackson McLean out on the high side. Andrew Thornton starting to make ground on McLean and wants to make it off the podium. Back up as we have a yellow flag out again. Caution coming out for the 2 of Matthew Croak, running around the high side, gets into the wall on the high side of the speedway, brings it to a stop, top of the racetrack, draws the yellow flag. A little over halfway here, coming to this restart. We'll be working lap number 30 as we cross the start-finish line this time. We are back underway. Connor Dudek still holding the lead. Jason Conover trying to find his way into the spot. Further back in the pack, Noah Bowman carrying a ton of speed. Only person seems to be able to make that slider line work. A little bit of contact with him and Edmund Jones. Still side by side. A little bit of right side romance once again. A little right rear to left front action. And Austin Ford going to try to capitalize on it. Makes contact with Jones, slips the group, loses about 4 or 5 spots, jumps back out in front of James Turnbull. Move Austin back to P10. Back up front, you got a race for the lead. Jason Conover right to the back bumper of Connor Dudek. Coming around this time, they'll see 15 laps to go. Jackson McLean running in third, Thornton in fourth. Noah Bowman has made it back to the top 5. Edmund Jones in sixth. Trevor Royer running the slider line in seventh. Make some steam and make his way back to the front, battle with Alex Rzinski for the 7th position. Trevor Royer, the only car up on the high side of the speedway so far. Austin Thornton trying it. Sees Royer up there. Not able to get around James Turnbull currently. Down under Dudek, side by side into turn number 3. Dudek slips the grip, and Conover's got the lead this time with 10 to go. Now Jackson McLean up to P3 with Andrew Thornton right on his tail. Thornton gives Jackson a shove into turn 3. Dudek comes to a stop on the berm, and that is going to draw the yellow flag. It wasn't by much. Same with McLean and Dudek. Not sure if there was any contact or if Dudek just slipped the grip. Pace truck dives off once again. Just a few remaining for Jason Conover. Green flag back in the air. We have 8 laps to go. Conover, McLean, and Thornton all down low through turns 1 and 2. Noah Bowman running in 4th. Trying to take away the final podium spot from Andrew Thornton. Trevor Royer with the old adage, if you're not going to win the show, be the show. Sending it around the high side, trying to make something happen. Back out front, Jason Conover got a comfortable lead over Jackson McLean as he sees a handful of 5 laps to go. Andrew Thornton right to the tail tank of Jackson McLean. Time winding down. Noah Bowman starting to lose the top 3 just a little bit. As the yellow flag is out, just shy of 3 to go. Caution coming out for the 84 Pawnstein. Slides up to the top of the berm, draws the yellow, and takes it to the infield, calls it a night. Lights are out on the pace car, diving back down into the infield for what is hopefully the final restart here in the Winged Outlaw A main event. Jason Conover's going to bring us back to green. 3 laps to go. Andrew Thornton tries to go underneath Jackson McLean for P2. McLean able to slam the door. Conover sees pops in the sticks. 2 laps to go. Thornton right to the back bumper of Jackson McLean. Noah Bowman. Couple of car races to Thornton. Does Noah Bowman send the Hail Mary to make it on the podium? Up around the high side, carrying a bunch of speed, slips the grip, not going to do it. Jason Conover, the driver out of New Jersey, is going to see the checkered flag and bring home the win here in your Winged Outlaw division. Great time to have that happen right at the very end of the race. So as it stands, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Conover in the 21 is going to be your winner here in the Winged Outlaw division. Jackson McLean's going to bring it home in P2, and Andrew Thornton drives from 14th to finish on the podium. Noah Bowman and Edmund Jones are going to round out your top 5. Alex Rzinski, Trevor Royer, Austin Thornton, James Turnbull, and Connor Dudek round out the top 10. Bryce Honstein, Matthew Croak, Ryan Paget, Joey Smith, Rylan Gray, Keith Bradley, Wade Fields, and Kenny Hoffman round out your 8-car field. And that's going to do it for our Winged Outlaw A main event. Sit down, strap in, and hold on tight as we take you on a 3-wide virtual thrill ride. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime one more time here tonight. Your Outlaw non-wing A feature to round out the B-Main Bandits Tulsa Shootout. Brought to you by the B-Main Bandits Racing League. Check them out on Tuesday nights, midgets at 6:45 p.m. Central. Non-wing 410 sprint cars this season, a step up from the 360s at 8 p.m. Central. And your starting lineup looks like this. Starting on the pole is going to be Noah Bowman. Kenny Hoffman to the outside of the front row. Ryan Paget and Landon Crawley in row 2. Ethan Huey and Rylan Gray in row number 3. Connor Dudek and James Turnbull in row number 4. Austin Thornton and Evan Dawson in row number 5. Michael Covey and B-Mez Keith Bradley in the 12th spot. Andrew Thornton and Michael Dawson in row number 7. Trevor Royer and Jackson McLean in row number 8. Matthew Croak and Eddie Jones in row number 9. And your final starters, the 71 of Wade Fields and the 121 of Ryan Covey. 20 cars set to go for 50 more laps tonight. This is your final A feature of the shootout. As the drivers assemble behind the pace truck one more time, ladies and gentlemen, sit down, strap in, and hold on tight because we're going to get rowdy one more time tonight here at the shootout. Bowman and Hoffman lead us down, and we're underway. Big run through the corner for Noah Bowman. Kenny Hoffman having to fend off Ryan Paget early. Paget throws the slider for P2, holds up Hoffman. Hoffman down to the inside, contact with Landon Crawley. He's going to go around and collects B-Mez in our first yellow of the night. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're back lined up, ready to go. Noah Bowman, Ryan Paget, and Landon Crawley lead the field down. Waiting on our timing and scoring to straighten itself out. Looks like it just did. Landon Crawley currently holds on to P3. Rylan Gray running in the 5th spot, banks it off the fence, side by side with Evan Dawson down the back straightaway. Rolling around the bottom, hasn't working currently. Rylan Gray spins out, gathers it back up, narrowly avoids Andrew Thornton. Mentioning Thornton started the 13th spot, now all the way up to 8th as the yellow flag flies. Caution comes out for the 22 of Michael Dawson. Self-spins top side of the racetrack, collects Austin Thornton, Jackson McLean, and Edmund Jones. Lights are out on the pace truck. Pace truck dives back down to the infield. We got them re-racked and restacked. Noah Bowman, Ryan Paget, Landon Crawley, your top 3. Ryan Paget down to the inside, and Noah Bowman looking for the lead. Bowman goes down and runs the bottom. Paget has a catfish and down low. Now side by side, got a race for the lead. Paget's got to run off the bottom. He's going to clear Bowman for the lead. Coming to lap number 8. Now Evan Dawson making his way through the field as well. Looking to get under Noah Bowman for the spot. Paget slips the grip. Noah Bowman back down to the inside. Paget to the high side. He's going to lose 2 spots in the process as Evan Dawson goes for the lead. Rylan Gray, a little bit of contact with Paget for the 3rd position. Now Dawson's got it down around the bottom. Noah Bowman trying to make it work up top. Top side might just be too far gone here at this point. As the yellow flag comes out, go back and take a look. Looks like Wade Fields come to a stop on the back straightaway. Incident starts back here. Matthew Croak slips the grip a little bit of contact with Trevor Royer, then 3 wide with Fields. Fields with nowhere to go. Croak gets collected by Michael Dawson. Lights out on the pace truck. Coming back to green, Evan Dawson, Noah Bowman, Ryan Paget, your top 3. 3 flags back out. Dawson with a good jump. Top 4 cars all the low side of the speedway. Bowman, first car, washes out to the high side, trying something different. Right on top of the berm, all the way around turns 3 and 4. Ryan Paget driving that car like it's an asphalt car down around the inside of the racetrack. Gets back by Noah Bowman for P2 for the time being. Rylan Gray trying to follow in Paget's footsteps. Looking for third underneath Noah Bowman, or Rylan Gray's got it this time. Track very treacherous. Going one lane as Connor Dudek now gets underneath Noah Bowman. Dudek leaves a gap for Bowman to get down there. First car out of line, Andrew Thornton up on the high side, catches up to Ethan Huey. Andrew Thornton and James Turnbull trying to roll around the high side as everybody else is down low. Back out front, Evan Dawson checking out and running away. 1.5 seconds back to the next car, Ryan Paget. First 6 cars single file on the bottom. First real battle for positions. Andrew Thornton and Landon Crawley for the 7th position. And James Turnbull waiting in the wings right there with them. As the yellow flag flies once again. We got cars around the front straightaway. Caution coming out. Michael Dawson runs Austin Thornton out of room. Turns 3 and 4. Dawson gathers it back up. Dawson does not. And draws a yellow flag. Coming back to green once again. Dawson, Paget, Gray, your top 3. Back underway here at lap 20. Ryan Paget, a little bit of contact with Dawson as he goes to switch up the line. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. Dawson runs him out of room on the high side. Spin cycle for Paget. Picks it back up, turns it back to the right, and we're staying green. Now Dawson out front with Rylan Gray closing in. Nearing halfway, Noah Bowman back up to P3. Landon Crawley runs in 4th. Andrew Thornton up to the 5th spot. Looking like a 2-car breakaway so far with Dawson and Gray. Nearing the halfway point. Next time by, they will see the cross flags. 25 down, 25 laps to go. Huey worked his way back up to the tail tank of Andrew Thornton, trying to get around him and Landon Crawley. Just past halfway here in this one. Taking a look through our top 10, Michael Coffey's first car on the top side. James Turnbull running at 10th. Ryan Paget back up to 11th. Catfishing around the bottom like a man on a mission. Evan Dawson continues to lead down low. Rylan Gray tries the high side. Almost looks like you can make it work for one corner, but it just won't stick for 2 in a row. Dawson goes to the slider line. Gray sticks it down around the bottom, still making it work. Allows Noah Bowman to close back in. We got 30 down, 20 to go. Andrew Thornton gets past Landon Crawley for P4. Got a long run to catch Noah Bowman, though. Thornton trying to keep it rotated down on the bottom and in the grip as best as he can. Thornton big time up on the berm. Gives the spot back momentarily to Crawley, but battles back on the inside. Good run off turn number 2. Crawley goes to slam the door to run the slider line. Thornton tries to keep it as straight as possible down around the bottom. This time Thornton's got a good run down the back straightaway. Crawley unable to slam the door on him. Connor Dudek watching this battle ahead and waiting for a mistake. Back up front, we've got a battle for the lead as Rylan Gray is now underneath of Evan Dawson. Dawson right back to the tail tank, 14 laps to go. Dawson sends it in, both Gray and Dawson go around. The yellow flag is out. Caution lights out on the pace car. Evan Dawson retains the lead. Did not come to a stop and draw the yellow. So Dawson, Bowman, Thornton, now your top 3 with 13 laps to go. Andrew Thornton right around the bottom, almost made it 3 wide for the lead here on the restart. Sticking right down underneath Noah Bowman. Dawson goes to slam the door on Bowman. Bowman gets underneath of Dawson. Great race for the lead now up front. Bowman slides high. Andrew Thornton picks his pocket right down to the inside. Thornton and Bowman side by side for the lead. Now Thornton keeping it rolling around the bottom. Making it hard for Noah Bowman to get down and follow him. 10 laps to go as the yellow flag flies again. Caution coming out further back in the pack. Coffey gets sideways. Croak gets into him. Bemez with nowhere to go takes a tumble. That's going to draw the yellow with 10 to go. Caution lights go out on the pace car. You've got either 10 or just shy of 10 laps to go. Andrew Thornton, now your leader. Won your winged A class earlier tonight, looking to make it 2. Green flag's back in the air, 9 laps to go. Thornton sticks it down on the bottom, starts driving away from Noah Bowman and Evan Dawson. Dawson and Bowman battle side by side for P2. Bowman trying to keep the momentum up and slam the door on Dawson at the same time. Andrew Thornton trying to keep it stuck around the bottom of the speedway. Next time by, I'll see the fistful. Evan Dawson and Noah Bowman still duking it out for second and third. And the fistful has been shown. 5 more laps to go here in this one. Connor Dudek, Landon Crawley, contact towards the back. Crawley be able to gather it back up if we stay green. Back out front, 3 laps to go for Thornton. Got it stuck to the bottom. Sees Matthew Croak the tail of the field. And the yellow flag flies. 23 of Landon Crawley sends it off in the corner. Gets real loose, comes to a stop, collects Austin Thornton. And Eddie Jones gets a little piece of it. Going to set up a green, white, checkered finish here in this one. Lights are out on the pace truck. Coming back to green for a green, white, checkered finish. Take a ride with Andrew Thornton around the low side of the Tulsa Expo Center. Right to the berm. A lot of throttle control. very little steering input as the white flag is out one more time around for Andrew Thornton. 4 races available tonight. Andrew Thornton's going to win 2 of them. Andrew Thornton, the driver out of Granbury, Texas, is going to bring home your win in the non-wing Outlaws, in addition to the winged A-Class feature earlier tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the results are official. Andrew Thornton has won the non-wing Outlaw feature. Goes 2 for 4 on the night. Noah Bowman and Evan Dawson join him on the podium. Connor Dudek and Ethan Huey round out the top 5. James Turnbull, Kenny Hoffman, Michael Coffey, Ryan Coffey, and Ryan Paget round out your top 10. Rylan Gray, Edmund Jones, Austin Thornton, Jackson McLean, Landon Crawley, Matthew Croak, B-Miz, Trevor Royer, Michael Dawson, and Wade Fields round out your 20-car non-wing Outlaw feature here at the shootout. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed tonight's racing, having a combination of stars from all of the best non-wing leagues on iRacing. Be sure to check out NARC on Thursday night, Hoosier on Sundays and Thursdays, the B-Main Bandits on Tuesday nights, and the new Rip the Lip Motorsports on Wednesday night. Next up on the B-Main Bandits YouTube channel will be the start of the B-Main Bandits Winter Showdown with the midgets and the non-wing 410 sprint cars starting next Tuesday, January 14th. Congratulations to our 3 winners across 4 classes, Jackson McLean, Andrew Thornton, and Jason Conover. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.